Hi there and welcome at lesson number 27. Today we're going to talk about plus chords. Well, to give it away right away, it's not very difficult to understand. The plus chord is the fifth note sharped. So let's do this on a simple C chord. So we know now it's C, E, G, but you just sharp the fifth or the quint. So there you go. This is the plus chord. So lesson is done. Well, let's see where this chord is good for. This chord is a very good transition chord. Let's go to the F chord. You see this? That's good. So with bass it sounds like this. So that's very good. Now we have another system that is, if we change the bass to the third, then you can give extra transition power to that chord. So let's show this. Did you hear this? That's real transition. So how do you do that? You play the third in the bass and you leave the third out of your chord. So you can play C plus like this, but leave the third out and play it in the bass. And then go to F. So nice transition chord, isn't it? So those chords can be sequenced one after another, so you can do this. And you feel like there is no real resolution. It's like the chords get stuck in this transition suspension as well. So those chords are very often used to create suspension, and as long you don't quit that series of plus chords, you will keep dragging on that suspension. So you see what I mean? So you keep on dragging that suspension. So now let's add a little flavor to that. Let's add a seventh to that. So there we go. Let's take the example of C. What was the seventh? The seventh was this note. That is B sharp. So I hope today I get all the notes right. And now we plus our quint, our fifth. When we do this, it becomes very hard to mix it with a normal quint. So you may do this, but then it becomes really awkward. Whoa, that's awkward. It's not impossible, actually. If you play, for instance, F minor behind. After that. So, very good. Now, let's see what this does when we play it in A. And what you can do is leave your tonica out, because it's already in the bass, and play that seventh together here. And what can also be done is put this seventh one octave lower, so put it there. You hear that? Okay, so you get this nice transition, a little bit nostalgic, little sad sound when you do this with this seventh, but then in a lower octave. So that's the secret. So how was it built up? This is a major. We plus the chord and we add the seventh on it, but we drop the tonic. There you go. So it's actually widen, just widen your hand out a little bit. So instead of playing like A major, D minor, spice it up. So here, this was another little trick. And in a general way, what we can say about plus, sometimes it's nice to try to record. This is just a secret trick. Try to raise a note a little bit, like this one. Becomes a little bit Spanish then. If you do this with a tonic, you will get the suspended fourth. So the secret tip is, in the major chord, when you raise the tonic, it becomes a little bit Spanish. When you raise the third, it becomes the suspended fourth. And when you raise the fifth, well, it becomes the plus chord. So those chords are widely used in jazz. Let me give you an example. If you play G7, G7, and then plus it. And this is nice to do with C minor 7. Well, now let's go a little bit further. Let's add another note here, which is actually the third lowered, so the minor note. Wow. Major and minor together. Well, if I would do this in a standard chord like G major and I add here the minor tone, it becomes really ugly. You will not use this chord so quickly, or like this, or. But if you plus your quint, then it can be possible. And if you add that seventh here, yeah, nice. So. So, very good chord to use. You can also use this in C and then it becomes like this. So this is actually C, C plus 7, and then you add your little minor note in it. Well, that minor note has also a name. We could call this a sharpened 9, if you like. So now we have bossa nova opportunities there. We have also possibilities to play jazzy sounds, nice transition chords. So If you're looking for something, yeah, special that sounds a little bit different than only doing major and minor chords, well, this one is great. So plus chords are really widely used. And just a little tip, if you sound that your chord is too full, that's another secret tip. If your chord is too full, well then start by dropping the quint, the fifth. Because the quint makes it sound full, and that is nice for slow songs, but sometimes can be become a little bit crowded when it comes to notes. So if it's like that, drop that quint or plus it. You hear that? So you can play around with this, adding a little bit of notes, and you will see that when you plus your chords, many other notes can be added. So this was it for today. So plus your music, plus it up. Okay, see you next time and enjoy.